Check, check, check.
That sounded good.
That's not good, though. All right. You ready, big boy?
Let's do it.
You're live.
We are live from Brave Haven Studios. Bob, I sound like I'm talking in a bucket tonight.
Yeah, I was wondering what frog I was talking to earlier on the phone.
I hope Disney is watching because maybe they could use a voice like this and we'll be rich. Hey, it's here we are with the Coach Scott Field Show. It is Monday, June 16th. We're changing our format a little bit for our viewers. We're getting later into the summer. The NBA Finals just ended yesterday. Congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs. We've got a live guest coming on here in a few minutes, a former player that I've worked with the Golden State Warriors. Great story. Anthony Morrow. He's a guard for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's a 6'5", 210 shooting guard. The gentleman can flat out shoot, Bob. He is a sniper.
Now, I'm pretty ignorant, but the Pelicans?
They've changed their name. They changed their logo. Hopefully that worked for them financially. But yeah, the Pelicans, baby.
The Pelicans.
The
Well,
Pelicans.
that's a first. That's
That's right.
a large bird that carries fish in its mouth.
and they've got a player that can flat out shoot it. He is a sniper. He has a career three-point shooting average of 42.8%, a career free throw percentage, Bob, of 88%. And when he was with New Jersey, he shot 93% from the free throw line. That's pretty amazing stuff. At one time he had the NBA Summer League scoring record at 47 points when he was with us with the Golden State Warriors.
Wow.
Lights it up. I mean, just can't wait to get him on the show. I'm enthusiastic. My voice may not sound like it, but man, we are ready to go. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there watching today. Hope everybody had a blessed and wonderful day. Gosh, what a special day it was. You know?
It was great.
I spent a lot of time off and on, and I'd look at Facebook, and I'd watch the social media things, and it was very touching and moving to see some of the heartfelt sentiments that were shared for the fathers out there, and I think that's it's very touching. Yep. I enjoyed that. I actually sent one out myself. I found an old picture that I took myself of my dad bass fishing down in the early 1990s. He was in his bass boat and he was fishing out on Kentucky Lake, and we was on a vacation out together. I put that up for my father yesterday. But Dad, if you're watching, thanks so much for all you've done with the guidance in my life. You've been phenomenal, and I'm blessed and fortunate to have you as a father. So happy Father's Day to you. Bob, happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you.
I know there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of viewers out there watching this show tonight, so happy belated Father's Day to you. Want to give a few shout outs. I love the interaction that I had about a half hour before the show. I was tweeting about Anthony Morrow coming on the show,
right,
and I just had a little oversight. I forgot to put that he played with the Atlanta Hawks. My guy, Carlson, at Twitter says, oh, you can't mention the fact that he played Atlanta. So, Carlson, this is for you, buddy. Thank you for correcting me. I stand corrected. I love to have that interaction with a guy, a fan from the Atlanta Hawks, who says, hey, don't forget Anthony Morrow played out here too. So, Carlson, that's for you, buddy. You are my dude. Thank you for correcting me. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
I
that
loved
is.
it.
Well, and that's one thing I love about this is there's so many different ways to interact and talk here on the show. It's just a lot of fun because you never know what's going to pop up on the screen.
That's right.
You just can't wait to share.
I encourage it. I welcome it. You welcome it. We love to hear your comments. But Carlson, thank you for correcting me about a half hour ago about him also playing with the Hawks. So about 5 minutes later, I was like, oop, I didn't forget, but I'm going to resend another one for you. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Keith Frank down in Payson. Great guy, former TV guy, great voice. And I guess he and his son may even be working on a project to do some BYU sports stuff here in the near future. So we got to be looking for that. So Mr. Keith Frank, thanks for watching the show here tonight. Doug Thomas out in California, I want to give you a shout out. You and B. Sly were out there today hitting the weight room hard. Brandon's out visiting his family, for after graduation, and a former player of mine who spent some time with the Spurs went and swapped him up today, took him to the gym, and made him work out hard. So
good.
How cool is that?
Yes, and there is no rest when you're trying to get ready for that next level.
That's
there's
right.
no rest.
Yeah,
You can't afford it.
B. Sly's out there having a graduation barbecue, and he don't know it, but I'm contacting. Hey, make sure you know. So Doug, thank you for hooking him up, my man. Also want to send a shout out to a good buddy of mine out in Indiana, Scott Ayler, your wife Lori, and Caitlin. I hear your back's not doing too well and you've got a surgery coming up. You got to take care of that back, my man. I think he said something about his L4 and L5 are going to have to be fused, which I am not envious of you right now, my man.
No, so
heal up and let's pray that things go well for you. But Chief, I miss you, buddy. Get out here and hang out with us in Utah and let's go do some fishing or something. Also want to say hello and thank you for viewing Coach Todd Whittemore out in Tennessee and Coach K'Ron Edmonds in Virginia. Thank you for your constant viewership and support of the Coach Scott Field Show. Got to give a little more of a condolencing time now. Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn, passed away today.
Yeah.
Lost his battle, and what a great ambassador for sports, for baseball. Lost his battle today with cancer.
Yeah.
So want to send our deepest condolences to the family, the fans. We're going to miss Mr. Padre. What an outstanding individual.
How many years was he with
the Padres?
Yeah, he was. I think it was.
Somebody tweet us and tell us how many years he was with the Padres. That's what we need right there. Because I don't know, but he was with them forever. And then he was actually a baseball coach, I think, at San Diego State.
Something like that. Yeah.
You know, after his playing career. So we're going to miss Tony Gwynn. Also came across another sad story. An assistant coach with Catholic University was out riding her bike for a fundraiser for a cancer charitable event. She was hit by a truck and was killed. So our deepest condolences to assistant coach Jamie Roberts with Catholic University, who was tragically killed in an accident when she was, doing a charitable event to raise money for cancer. Something like that really makes you put life into perspective.
Yeah, it
so
does.
Our hearts, our prayers, our thoughts go out to the Roberts family, to the team at Catholic University. Just know that the Coach Scott Field Show and my producer Bob Fitzgerald are thinking of you. We send those deep condolences to you. Congratulations to USA Soccer.
Oh yeah, what a great win tonight.
I don't watch soccer, I gotta be honest. That's a lot of guys running around on the grass for crazy, and that's where the flopping came from, and that's why they flop in the NBA. It drives me nuts. You get a $5,000 fine now when you flop in the NBA. There's so many European players that come to the NBA, that's where they're learning it.
They learn the flop from soccer.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, you know what? I think soccer, there's so many soccer fans out there, and I'm going to offend somebody with this, but it would be a lot more fun to watch if they'd make the goal a little bit smaller and just get rid of the goalie. Same with hockey.
Nice. It'd be more scoring, huh?
More scoring. Yeah. I'd like to see a soccer game with a score 58-30 or something like that.
I like it. I might have offended somebody with the flop statement, but you know what? I gotta speak what I think.
That's right. That's right.
We have creative control of this show, and if you don't like it, tweet us and tell us that you don't like it. Let's get people fired up.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, let's get it going.
And that would be addressed to Coach Scott Fields.
Oh, goodness. Here I'm sick and I'm coughing up a lung, but it sure is fun doing this show, buddy. So fill in for me while I take a drink of alcohol.
All right. Hey, I'm going to plug an event that's coming up this weekend.
Perfect.
I'm a firefighter.
A great fire marshal. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, fire marshal. I'm one of the chiefs out in West Valley, and this weekend is our city celebration. It's called West Fest, and it's 3100 South and about 5400 West. Oh. We've got a carnival there. We've got all kinds of things. Come by and see us at the fire department booth. I'd love to talk to you, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. We're doing a fundraiser for the burn camp, where we are selling some bicycles that we got donated. And some of these are in pretty rough shape. We got them from the police department and things like that. And some of them were in pretty rough shape. We went through them, and we're selling for $10, $15, $20, whatever we can get to raise some money for the burn camp.
Oh,
Camp Stop Us.
I'm so glad that I got choked up. There's a reason for that, because what a great event to go out and a worthwhile cause.
Yep,
worthwhile cause.
3-day event, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 10 o'clock Saturday night. We'll have fireworks.
Nice. Oh, good deal. Love it. And you can keep it safe just in case a little flame goes.
Hopefully.
up. Love
Hopefully.
it. Yeah, I love it.
We
love that you was able to get that in. Also, want to thank Bob. We've got some new countries that came along and became part of the Coach Scott Field Show. Ecuador, Mali down in Africa, and Greece. Thank you for your new viewership out there. We hope you enjoy. It's got to be super, super late at night or super, super early in the morning your time now.
Yeah, and
Cool.
You know, I dug down into some other things. I found another report to run on some of our statistics.
Yeah.
And there were a number of very, very small countries that I hadn't heard of in years. Now, I'll get you that list. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there was quite a few.
Oh,
I was
isn't
really,
that
I was
cool
really
that we're
surprised. Yeah.
impacting and people come and enjoy what we're doing. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for your viewership. We're closing in on my website to almost 10,000 views.
Yep.
Thrilled about that. And I know you probably got more than I have on your site alone at bravehaven.com.
Well,
correct?
bravehaven.com, and then our YouTube channel has been doing very well this last week, so it's been good. It's been
Thank
really
you
good.
so much for your loyalty, your viewership, it
your
means
shares.
a lot to us. Yeah.
And
Share
your
it. Let
shares.
people know. You know, our second guest tonight, Harriman High School standout. He's only a junior this year. Will be a senior next year. David Maynard is coming on the show. Young man has a bright future ahead of him. His father is just an outstanding person. I've been able to watch him last summer when he was with X Factor, playing with Utah Prospects this year. But excited to have David Maynard come onto the show as well. What other things should we talk about? Our poll question for tonight. I wanted to kind of go a different direction with it. I wanted to know who you guys as viewers felt may be the sleeper in the 2014 NBA draft this year. You know, there's the big names. You hear the Jabari Parkers. You're hearing the Wiggins. You're hearing, you know, just the big name guys that play, you know, constantly. But what about those mid-major guys? You know, the 6'8" Doug McDermott, who had an outstanding career, really carried Creighton. His father got to coach him. He got to be on the cover of SI, and they kind of mocked the old 1978 cover when Larry Bird was on the cover with Indiana State. I thought it was a class act by Sports Illustrated. So Doug McDermott is a guy who can fill it up. But a guy that I like, Bob, Wichita State had an outstanding year this year. I got a friend who's an assistant coach on that staff who used to be the head coach out at Chipola, where I coached years ago, back in I want to say 94. But anyway, they have a young man, a 6'7" wingman, Cleanthony Early. I really like this kid. You know, when you watch a mid-major kid that takes a team and carries them far, that's the kind of kid that makes a splash in the NBA. Think about it. When Dwayne Wade was with Marquette years ago and carried them to the... Look what kind of career Dwayne Wade had. Nobody knew who Dwayne Wade was coming out of Marquette. Look at and watch for Cleanthony Early out of Wichita State. 6'7", wing, slasher. I mean, he can put up some numbers. As the boys hashtag get buckets. He can do it, Bob. It's fun to watch. He's a good little player. Pleasant Grove High School has a kid, C.J. Wilcox, that went out to Washington, who might make a pretty nice little splash for himself. So, you know, when you get a local kid from the Salt Lake Valley, you know, look at our boy Damian Lillard from Weber State, and look at the success he had. Rookie of the Year, you know, took Portland Trailblazers deep into the playoffs. Oh, loved it. So we want to wish C.J. Wilcox the best of luck. And also another friend of mine who's the head coach at Louisiana Lafayette. He has a 6'4" point guard. And I hope I don't butcher this name up. Elfried Payton. Elfried Payton. I actually got to coach against this coach when he was at Pensacola Junior College and I was at Chipola Junior College with a good buddy of mine, Bob Stinnett, and whose wife is, you know, going through a little battle right now with her cancer. So June, we're thinking of it. You keep battling. You stay strong. You keep putting your faith in God, and I know we're going to, you know, see you win this battle. So June, we're thinking of you. But anyway, Elfried Payton. Let's keep our eye out for some of these low major schools and mid major school kids that may make a splash. I want to thank Coach Todd Whittemore on Facebook earlier this afternoon. He said there and he mentioned something about Doug McDermott. Matter of fact, if I could pull that up, I would read it, but I'll read that a little bit later in the show. But thank you, Todd Whittemore, for taking the time to share your input on what you thought. Matter of fact, if I can pull it up here real quick, rest my voice for 5 seconds, I'm going to share what Coach Todd Whittemore said out there in Tennessee. And hopefully he's going to be able to watch the show tonight. He mentioned doing some work at a restaurant. So, my man.
Is he bussing tables in the off season?
I don't know. But whatever it is, do what you're doing, Coach. Do what you're doing. Here, I'm trying to pull that up, and it paused on me. But anyway, good talk, good chatter. Want to thank our sponsors again tonight, Brave Haven Media, who brings you the Coach Scott Fields Show. This is Brave Haven Studios that we're coming from. BraveHaven.com. Give Bob a call at 801-738-8697. Also want to thank MetLife's Nick Fitzgerald. Get a hold of Nick. Let him put a financial plan together for you. 801-999-3773. Nick is an outstanding individual, and he will take the time to look at your portfolio and put you where you can enjoy your golden years. Correct, Bob?
Yep.
The guy is an outstanding person, and he'll go the extra mile.
Yeah, he will. He's an outstanding young man, and I'm a little biased there, but
You should be.
But you know what? He works very hard to make sure his clients are taken care of. And the other thing, a lot of us, if I had been doing some of the things 10 years ago that I'm doing now, I'd be so much better off for retirement and everything else that's coming up. So
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
plan
never
ahead.
yes. Start early. Don't wait. Start.
I
early.
need to practice what I preach because I need to start thinking about it too, because I'm not exactly a spring chicken anymore. I keep saying, hey, it's okay, all's going to work out. I need to get a hold of Nick and say, Nick, help a skinny bald man out. Help me out, and I know he will. So, Nick, be looking to hear from me anyway. Also want to thank, again, Team JMP. John Matson, who came on our show earlier in the year, does an outstanding job with some strength and conditioning, and he's working with some kids that I know we've sent up there. My son's working with him, but he has a host of college players, the football players that were getting ready for the draft and everything. I know he did a great job with them. So look up John Matson at teamjmp.com, and he also kind of sponsors our prep segment when David Maynard's going to come on a little bit later. So anyway,
hey, I think you forgot, or maybe I missed it. Did you mention?
I need to say something about Salon Dante.
Yes, you do.
Salon Dante. To get yourself beautiful, go to Salon Dante, 94th South, 7th East. Give Kim Fields a call at 801-572-8812. She will make you look right. So Salon Dante, thank you for the love, and we appreciate you. Oh wow, I got a neat little text right here. Congratulations to my dad. He just said he just got a chance to become a pro staff member with Spy Point trail cameras out of Canada.
Oh, wow.
Cool. We got to get my dad on the show.
Spy Point trail cameras.
Spy Point trail camera.
I'd like to see what those do.
Oh, you know what? I'll get him on the show, and he'll tell you exactly what they do. He told me a story that he's got some new property that he's going to deer hunt in the fall, and he went out and put these cameras out on the tree, and he goes back and checks, or you can get them set up to where it sends stuff right to you, on your cell phone or on your whatever mobile device you have, and he can actually see the movement, the time of day that the animals are coming through, and so you can kind of set a pattern of when the deer, because as a hunter, that's what they're doing. Find the patterns, because out here it's more spot and stalk. In the Midwest, it's more still hunting when you're in the tree stands, and so you try to set up tree stands. Well, if this deer's come by within, I'm no expert, but I loved watching my dad. I swear he's got Indian in him because he's amazing. And now that there's technology like these spy cams, it's so cool to have that technology.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations to my dad. And
that's cool.
He's on a professional bass tournament trail right now, and he's been in the Indiana top 8 for years. So we need to have him come on the show and just let him tell you all about it, because I'll misrepresent, and I don't want to do that because my dad's amazing. It's cool. And talk about outdoors. He's always doing clinics for youth, that, to teach them and get them enthusiastic about the outdoors. So congratulations to my dad. Thanks for the message. So Spy Point trail cameras out of Canada. You hooked my dad up. That's pretty cool, and I know he'll do you justice. So let's see if we can get Anthony Morrow on the show, and he and I will get to reminisce a little bit. It's been a long time since he and I have got to chat, so I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
All right, give me a second. I'll dial him up here.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I still want to see if I can get that exact comment that Coach Todd Whittemore out of Tennessee shared about his sleeper, who he thinks Creighton's Doug McDermott is going to be a quality NBA player. And I kind of agree with him. The guy can play. Might have been the Naismith College Player of the Year as well. So let's see if Anthony Morrow answers for us to get us on the show. Excited to have the New Orleans Pelican join us.
Hello.
Hello, is this Anthony?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, Anthony, this is Bob from Brave Haven Media. I've got Coach Scott Fields on the line. I'd love to talk to you. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right, great. Thanks. Coach?
My man Anthony, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Coach? How you doing, man? I'm doing fine.
Man, I'm blessed. Hey, I apologize in advance for my voice. I sound like I've been coaching in the NBA Finals or something. A little bit under the weather, so I sounds like I'm talking in a bucket. But, man, it's great to hear your voice, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. It's been a while, man.
It's been a minute, hasn't it? Oh, my goodness. I've enjoyed, from afar, sitting back, watching your career, and what a player you have become and what a shooter you have become. You've got a great story. I know you're so humble, you won't talk about it, but I was sharing with the viewers before you came on. You're an 88% career free throw shooter, and you shot 93% when you were with the Nets. A 42.8% career three-point shooter, and you actually shot 46.7% when you were with the Golden State Warriors. You also had a short stop with the Atlanta Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks, and you're now down there with two buddies of mine on staff, Coach Fred Vinson and Coach B. Gates down there with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So how's everything in Charlotte, North Carolina, my man?
Everything's great. I'm down there working out. Just moving in my house. So, just getting settled, man. Guess I'm getting older, so it's good.
Well,
it's been good, man.
Happy Father's Day to you. I know you're a proud father. I enjoy following your stuff on Instagram, and I know our producer is going to put up, where our viewers and our global viewers can follow you. Mr. Young Fresh, huh?
Yeah, Young Fresh, man.
Oh, that's cool.
My mom probably wants me to change that. She wants me to have my normal name, but since I hang on, some of that youth I have left in me. So
there you go.
Young Fresh.
Well, let's tell the viewers globally a little bit about you. You were the 2004 North Carolina Mr. Basketball. You went and played your college career at Georgia Tech. Graduated in 2008. You were actually undrafted out of Georgia Tech and was invited into camp by the Golden State Warriors, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm going to tell a great story because I was sitting right in the gym. Coach Keith Smart is a great buddy of mine, as you know. And, he so graciously allowed me to come along and be with you for a couple summers when you were with the Golden State Warriors. And I can remember you coming in and putting in the work and doing your grind just like you're still doing today. And I remember Nelly coming up to you. He walked you over to the side. He put his hand on your shoulder. And I was within earshot of that conversation. And he looked at you and he says, "You've got a future. You can shoot it." Do you remember that conversation?
I remember that, man. I remember that.
And let me tell you, hey, after that conversation, I saw your body language. You relaxed. You got into a rhythm. You played with confidence for the remainder of that summer league and earned a spot with those Golden State Warriors and Nelly, correct?
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Tell us what you remember coming out of Georgia Tech, being with the Golden State Warriors, and learning from an icon like Coach Nelson.
I mean, it was really a blessing, man. Just to, I had signed to go overseas to go play in the Ukraine,
Okay.
and that's all I was worried about. I had a daughter on the way and everything, and I was just worried about the transition from college to just the real world in general. So I was just happy to have that, have that job lined up over in the Ukraine and be able to make some money and still be able to play basketball and be able to play professionally.
Right.
But I got the opportunity to go, with the Miami Heat to play, for the mini camp, end up making that team. I think Daquan Cook got hurt, so I had an opportunity to play right away down in Orlando and did pretty well, shot the ball pretty well. So I kind of raised my stock a little bit going into the Golden State, the summer league in Vegas with Golden State.
Yeah.
And, I remember when Coach Nelly told me that was huge, man. It just it's confidence, as a young player coming out fresh out of school, undrafted, when you hear that from, a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
Most winning coach in the history of the NBA. Like, when you hear that, it's just unbelievable. It's just something that I couldn't even express what those words did, but, it was just confidence right then. They gave me the opportunity to play and show what I could do early on. And, that's all I really needed. It kind of validated just the hard work that was being put in. And somebody like that sees it. It was just an unbelievable feeling. So it was a long journey. It was kind of nerve-wracking, of course, not knowing if you're going to make it or get cut, or, knowing that you have to continue to make strides every single day. You got more pressure on. Obviously, I didn't want to go back home when everybody saw me all on summer league and playing well. I just wanted to continue to play well. So that was the chip I had on my shoulder, and it was just, one of the small goals that I wanted to accomplish, in order to stay in the league.
Right. And you've done that. You've definitely stuck. I was able to work with the Golden State Warriors in the summer, to come and absorb and learn, and I enjoyed being on the floor working with you because, then Steph Curry comes into the mix, Anthony Randolph was in the mix, and I can remember the game against your New Orleans Hornets where you put 47 points and broke the NBA Summer League record. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Hey, you were letting that thing fly, and man, was it fun to watch. There was a lot of energy there at Cox Arena. The bench was hyped for you, and you were in that rhythm. You were relaxed, and I think you might have been. I can't even remember the exact stats, but your percentage was super high, and we ended up winning that game with Golden State by probably about 24 points, but you dropped 47 points and broke that NBA Summer League record at the time.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable feeling right there. We had put in so much work. I went home for like a week right after the season and then came right back out to Oakland. I was working out with Steve and Rico and all those guys. We were just working on everything I felt like I needed to work on, everything that they saw I needed to work on, we were working on. So the first game I got out there in Vegas, I didn't play as well. I had like 11 points, and then I sprained my ankle the next day in practice and had to miss a game.
I remember.
I came back and played another decent game, and then it was just that last game. I just caught my rhythm, and everything just happened for me, man. So I felt healthy. I felt good. The hard work had just paid off once again, man. And that's Steve and Rico and those guys believing in me. Giving me the opportunities to play and shoot the shots that I had been working on. They had confidence in me. I had confidence in myself, and kind of that's when the second year of my Golden State year really took off from that day on.
It did, and I mean, let's talk too. When you left Golden State, you were playing with the Nets. You had a game where you scored 42 with the Nets.
Yeah. That was we lost that game too, man. I still it's kind of bittersweet when people bring that up, man.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, it was again just one of those staples in my career so far. Darren Williams got me a lot of open shots, which he always did.
Yeah.
And I always bring that up when I see him, man. You know,
Yeah.
he got me a lot of shots. He's such a dynamic point guard.
Sure.
And,
Well,
it was just a game I got hot and got on the roll.
Well, D. Will is a big name out here in Salt Lake City because he had some great years out here with the Jazz. So when you say that name, our local viewers, you hit a soft spot because there's still some love out here for him out, in this Salt Lake Valley.
Oh yeah, man, he did great things out there in Utah.
Yes, he did.
Boozer and Kyle Korver and all those guys had a great team.
You bet.
Coach Sloan had some great years.
So let me ask you this: you were with Golden State, then you had a short little stop with New Jersey. You went and spent time with Dallas, and then you was with New Orleans.
Yeah.
How does it feel playing for the Pelicans?
It's great, man. Just one of those situations. I was blessed to be here just because of my last season was a tough one, just with injuries. And when I was in Atlanta and Dallas, that was a tough season, 2012, 2013, just with the injuries and not really being able to break lineups and things like that. So, it was just in terms of the consistency with the play and the consistency of my play. It just wasn't good because I wasn't playing a lot and I was hurt a lot. So it was just something that a lot of guys go through in their transition and in their journey in the NBA. Some guys don't go through it. Most guys definitely go through it. So I was able to survive it. Just getting back in the gym last summer, early once again, out here with the guys at Story Basketball, out here in North Carolina, and just was with them all summer. Just trying to get right, doing a lot of injury prevention stuff, and just was glad to get the opportunity to get back where I was. Not just from like a percentage standpoint, but just from a confidence standpoint.
Yeah, sure. Well, let me ask you this question. There's a lot of players, globally who watch the show. We've actually got a young man sitting in here who's going to be a live in-studio guest after your segment. And share with him how many hours a day are you in the gym putting up those shots? How many shots from each position? I mean, kind of talk the viewers through what it takes and to get that muscle memory, to get that repetition, to get that grind that I know you have because I've watched you on the court, get it in. But kind of share with the viewers, take us through a day in the life of Anthony Morrow in the off season. What time are you waking up? What time are you getting to the gym? Kind of educate everybody on what your routine is on a daily basis because I know you're staying up late, and we thank you just to be on our show tonight.
Yeah. Right now we're working out like 8 a.m. now. Since I moved closer to where I actually work out at, closer to Fort Mill, South Carolina. So I'm waking up around like 7:45, 8 o'clock, getting in the gym around 8:15, 8:30. When we don't go lift weights first, we're at the gym in my high school, in the actual basketball gym. So we either go from one gym to the next gym, or sometimes like I did today, I worked out at 8:30 this morning and came back at 5 tonight to go get another court workout in.
Nice.
So it's kind of like 2 a days, but that's pretty much what it is. We might go at 8, then go at 10, or we might go at 8 and go at 4 or 5 at night. But it's just one of those things, man. Just training. I've been doing it so long.
Yeah.
You know how much to put on your body at this point.
Right.
It's only June, so you don't want to be going too hard and burn yourself out, obviously. But you just want to make sure you get in good workouts. Right now, it's a lot about cardio and just rhythm and staying in rhythm for the entire summer.
Right.
So that's mainly what it is. As far as hours, we may be in the weight room for an hour and a half. We do a lot of different body weight type stuff and plyometrics and things like that, Vertimax stuff, even defensive slide stuff, doing a lot of that right now, ball handling, and then in the gym just getting up a lot of different types of shots that I take in the game, from threes, floaters, mid range, finishing at the rim, everything. So that's what I would be doing anyway. So it's
That's
really
right.
we're getting in at least 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes 5 hours of work in, depending on how long we, work out in the weight room or on the court. But really, it's about just, rationing out, your stamina, making sure you're staying in shape, make sure you're staying in rhythm and keeping your body, in kind of go mode. I don't ever really like to rest
Yeah.
for more than a day or two.
Yeah.
Even if I go on a little vacation or something, I try to work out on vacation.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
And just little stuff like that, man. Just trying to stay in the rhythm. But,
Yep.
it took me a while to really figure that out as a pro. I'm going into my 7th year. And I would say for my first 2 or 3 years, I was just kind of, okay, I feel like playing basketball. I might just go play pickup. And, I might work out 2 days and I might go play pickup. I ain't really have a routine. So I just try to figure out the best way for me to stay in shape and the best way for me to feel the best I can feel when camp rolls around.
Right. Great information and great nuggets right there, for the global viewership to hear how you can maintain your body. There's a lot of preventative maintenance that's going on so you can stay injury free. There's a lot of repetition, there's a lot of muscle memory, and I know it feels good to get out there in that off season and continue to grind and keep your body right, but it's also about keeping your confidence and knowing that, as soon as camp starts back up, you're going to come in and, pretty much be where you need to be and have the confidence to do what you do within your role to help that Pelican team with Coach Williams and the guys.
Yeah, definitely. That's where, for me, just knowing what I can do and the hard work,
right,
is what that's what pushes me through. So I know I'm blessed to even be here and be able to go into my 7th year to the NBA. But the confidence comes from working hard.
That's right.
You know what you did. You know how hard you work. Therefore, if you're not playing a lot in the beginning of the season, like I wasn't playing a lot in the beginning of the last season. If anything happens, it doesn't affect your confidence because you know how hard you work, you know what you can do. Only time I feel like a player's confidence, in my opinion, for me, I can speak for myself, if my confidence isn't right in, I don't feel like I put in enough work in a certain area.
Yeah.
So those are the things that kind of keep me going right there.
Anthony, I try to share with players, and I try to teach them that work ethic early. I think it's important, and I think you could echo this. You need to try to emulate game situations and game speed as much as possible, so that way when it comes to game time, there's no surprises. Your body's not shocked. You're into a rhythm, and you're going to do something and execute something that you've already done, tens of thousands of times with no lights on and nobody in the stands. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% correct right there. I mean, that's the number one thing that, my high school coach, Jerry Farner, that's something that he instilled in me in high school. Everything you should do should be game speed.
Right.
Because when the game starts, it'll be easy to you. It'll be second nature.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it's something that I see now. A lot of kids, that even pay a lot of money to work out with people or whatever. If you don't go as hard as you can possibly go every single time, to the point where you're uncomfortable or you're exhausted, you're really not getting nothing out of it. Because in the game, you're gonna be sped up. So.
Anthony, I love to hear you say that, because if a player cannot push himself and challenge himself to fatigue, he didn't get enough out of it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's put everybody on blast who thinks that they're going out playing some pickup ball with some fellas just because it's fun. They think that that's work. At your level, it's not about fun. It's about the passion of the game. It's about learning a correct work ethic. It's about getting the proper repetition in. It's about emulating game speed, game situation, and it's work. But that work is so rewarding, and you get to reap the fruits of your labors because of all those hours like you're putting into the gym 2 a days right now back home in North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot that comes with it. It's not like you don't just roll the ball out and just play. You definitely gotta make it hard on yourself in the off season, no matter what it is you're doing. If it's in the weight room, if it's on the court or whatever it is, it's gotta be. You gotta work till exhaustion. You gotta feel like you got that. I like feeling like I gotta work out it.
Yeah.
I like feeling like that. So, and those are the kind of people that I grew up watching.
Right.
And hearing about and telling us, and all the guys that I watched be the best players since I've been in the NBA. I watched Darren Williams work just as hard as the last guy on the bench.
Yeah.
I watch Steven Jackson in the gym all the time, Al Harrington, all those guys.
That's right.
I watch those guys. Dirk Nowitzki, one of the most professional, hardest working guys, and he's a Hall of Famer. And I watch him do it every single day. So that's just, I mean, if those guys doing it, why wouldn't anybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Amen to that. Anthony, this whole show, our little motto is empower, educate, and grow. And the fact that you're still a student of the game, and each franchise that you go to, you're able to pick up and, learn from other all-stars to emulate so that you can also take your game to the next level. I think that's sending the proper message to our whole national and international viewership right here on the Coach Scott Field Show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing. That's the beauty about basketball. It's not like a sport like maybe football or something like that, or baseball. Basketball, you can take bits and pieces of anybody's game and just go out back and work on it. On your own, by yourself. You don't really need anybody else to do it. So, anytime you can, pick anything up. I still pick up stuff from different people today.
Yeah.
I watch everybody, not just shooters. Even guys that can go off the dribble. I watch guys that can, that aren't as athletic, that can finish with floaters and, that offhand and stuff like that. Like, you can pick up anything from anybody and just work on it and be good at it.
That's right. Well, let me ask you one more question before we go to a quick break. I'll even allow David Maynard or his father, who's a coach, maybe they can ask you a question when we come back from the break. But if you could leave advice for anybody around the nation, maybe there's a player out there who looks up to you as a role model. What advice would you give that person or to a team if you were to walk into a gym right now and say, this is what you need to do to be successful? What would that be, Anthony?
I mean, I would say working to exhaustion, man. Study the game, be a student of the game. If you really want to be good, you got to, there's so many outlets now to watch film and pinpoint certain guys nowadays with YouTube and social media and everything like that. When I was growing up, there was no YouTube,
Right.
It wasn't really even the internet was really out like that. You just had to wait till Sunday to see when that team was going to play on ABC or ESPN or something like that. But now, the young guys they got YouTube. You can type in whatever player you want. If you want to see Kevin Durant, if you want to watch highlights on Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, anybody in the NBA, even anybody in the league, you can pinpoint it and watch them. You just be a student of the game like that. There's so many outlets like that for people now that I didn't have, and a lot of guys before me definitely didn't have.
Right.
So, if you're a high school kid, you can go watch signature moves by anybody and go work on those right then and there, by yourself in the backyard or something like that. So my thing is just be studying the game, and when you are out there, just going as hard as you can. I think that's what makes teams better.
You bet.
Going at each other, competing every day, not letting each other off the hook. Those are the best teams in the NBA are the teams that hold each other accountable. So if I'm talking to a team, obviously that's what I'm going to say. Every coach I've ever had that was a good coach, that's been the thing. Hold each other accountable, push each other every single day. And from an individual standpoint, just, doing your job every single day. You can start being a professional in middle school.
That's right.
If you understand what you need to do. You don't have to be a pro or NBA player to be professional.
That's right.
So the earlier kids or young players understand that. I think that'll help them with that transition from middle school to high school to college to the pro level.
You got it. Well, Anthony, stay on the line here for us. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to have you right back on. Okay, my man?
All right.
Okay, buddy. Father's Day to you. Oh, are we back?
You're back.
I'm sitting there having a conversation with my man in the background, the coach, Coach Maynard back there. Anthony, you still with me, my man? Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Hey, listen, I've got he plays out here in Utah. He's at Harriman High School. He is a standout. He was just a junior in high school this year. Going to be a senior, and definitely one of the top 5 players in the state, if not maybe top 2 or 3. The young man can flat out go. He's skilled. He's gifted. I've been able to be around him for a while. He's got a great work ethic, but he's behind the mic right now. His name's David Maynard. He's a Mustang out here. So I'm going to let the Mustang ask you a question real quick, my man.
All right.
Hey Anthony, this is David. I'm just wondering, who is the toughest player you've guarded and why?
Who's the toughest guy I've guarded?
Yeah.
In the 6 years I've been in the league, overall, or like recently?
Overall.
Overall, probably, probably Dwayne Wade in his about 3 or 4 years ago. My
Wow.
second or third year in the league, he was definitely the toughest matchup for me. He's so shifty, and he's still good. You know, obviously he has knee problems now, so
Yeah.
kind of wears down a little bit more than he did, obviously. But you know, before those knee problems, my second year in the league, that was like maybe 2009, 2010. He was just so shifty, man. Between him and Kobe Bryant, definitely Kobe as well. But Dwayne Wade was definitely one of those guys. He's off the dribble. You know, he's elusive. He can split, pick and rolls. He can do everything. He can post up. Not really a three-point shooter, but if you go under too many times, he'll knock a few down just because he's so good. But definitely him. Definitely probably Dwayne Wade.
That's all. Hey, do you compare the difference, Anthony? This is Coach Fields again. With the physicality and, you know, how strong Dwayne Wade is, because, you know, he could get into the paint, you know, create the contact, create the space, and yet finish. But then you got like more of a slasher, a Kobe Bryant, who has an inside-out type of game, who will probably play more of a post-up game now that, you know, he'll get himself healthy with that Achilles. But what were the main differences between guarding a Kobe Bryant and guarding a Dwayne Wade? That's just observations from afar. But you had to do the job. Can you speak on the differences between a Dwayne Wade when he was 100% healthy and a Kobe Bryant?
I mean, the main thing is just, Kobe was more skilled. He's one of the more skilled players that you know, probably ever at the guard position in the NBA.
Yeah.
So he had, you know, it's a lot more to worry about with him. He's a better shooter than Dwayne Wade, obviously. So I mean, it's, you know, when you're dealing with that. Also, both guys are strong. Obviously, they get in the paint, they can finish.
Yeah.
And back then, they could finish over top more than they do now. So I mean, that's just something that, you know, I couldn't even imagine having to guard Kobe, you know, when he wore number 8.
Yeah.
When he was with Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's just, you know, most guys aren't like those guys. You know, they have an inside-outside game. It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Like a guy now that's the hardest at my position probably be James Harden.
Okay.
Just because he's like those guys. He can.
Yeah.
He's probably a better shooter than both of them from deep.
Yeah.
You know, and he can also get in the paint and finish and great footwork and stuff like that. So.
I love it. Well, let's give credit where credit is due. You're talking about, you know, Fear the Beard and Kobe the Mamba and D Wade. You're a handful to guard yourself, because you're going to flat out, if someone gives you a little bit of space, I know you're going to knock that thing down. So I'm so proud of you know, where you've come, where you're at. The things that you do. It's been a pleasure watching from afar since, you know, we've had our relationship from a few years, well, 6-7 years back, and really have enjoyed watching your progression throughout your career, my man, and love the mental toughness and the way that you've prepared yourself, and I wish you nothing but the best moving forward with the Pelicans this next year.
I appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
You got it. Well, I hope that I'm blessed enough to be able to have the opportunity to work with you again one day, my man.
Yes, sir. Definitely, man.
Well,
Definitely.
think about what has it been about 6-7 years since we worked together?
It's been like 6 years, going on 7 years.
Hey, Anthony, I had a lot more hair back then. I needed to take a lot of pictures back then because I look at myself now and I'm like, ooh wee. Can you remember anything that maybe you might have picked up from me? I mean, I know it's been a long time and you've been around a lot of great minds. Is there anything that you picked up from me just in our short time that we were together out there in Vegas?
I just remember you just real positive, man. Especially that was big for me.
Yeah.
Just being around a lot of guys that were just, that was just a great atmosphere, a great basketball atmosphere. You're definitely one of those guys that were just positive and always in my ear about something little, whether it was just some small stuff on, how to get my shot off quicker or just, anything like that. So that was one of the main things. And it was a great experience for me. Most guys don't get drafted and it's hard for them and it's tough, but I wouldn't take back, one day of anything that I had to go through to be where I am.
That's right. Well, you know what, Anthony? God bless you, buddy. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the Coach Scott Field Show tonight. Really excited, for the season that you guys got coming up. You've got a fun group of guys that are out there working hard, and I think Coach Monty is a great young mind in the game, and he's got some great assistant coaches around him. Just like I said, my friends Freddie V and B Gates out there. So give those boys a shout out for me when you can, and really appreciate you coming on the show, buddy.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for having me.
Hey, let's get together soon, all right, my man?
All right, yeah, sounds good.
All right, my man. Hey, go get some rest so you can get up early in the morning to get that work in.
Yeah, I'm about to go to bed, man. I got another 30 minutes.
There you go. Well, thanks again, my man, for taking time to be with us tonight.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Well, Bob, let's take another quick break, and we're going to have David Maynard of the Harriman Mustangs right here on the Coach Scott Field Show.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's do it. We are back live from Brave Haven Studios on the Coach Scott Field Show, and how exciting that we have Harriman Mustang standout, David Maynard, right here on the Coach Scott Field Show, Bob. Let me tell you a little bit about David. I begged his father last year a couple of times when we were at our AAU tournaments, when we were with Thurl Bailey. I know you're working hard with Utah prospects right now. I'd feel your dad's ear. I'd send him a little text. Hey, can David play up this weekend? Can David play up? But you were doing such a great job with your group and had a lot of success. But I was itching to have the opportunity to have you play up with us because I love your skill set. I love your work ethic. You don't force things. You've had a nice little career going on out there at Harriman, my man.
Pretty good. It's been fun.
That's been a lot of fun, and it's been fun to watch you. I enjoyed watching you play in some of those region games, against the Lone Peaks and the Pleasant Groves and the American Forks. I mean, let's be honest, it's the toughest region in the state.
Best region in the state by far, yeah.
And you're no slack. You can get buckets. You're very unselfish. You're a slasher. But you make good decisions on the court. You don't force things. You kind of take it And you also, when you get into a rhythm, man, you're going to be lighting some things up this year, your senior year, huh, buddy?
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
What kind of stats? I don't know exactly. What were some of your stats, your junior year this year? You guys qualified for the state this year.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. But what was your stat line?
I had 23 points a game, 6 boards, 2 assists, and I don't know what my steals were. 1.5, something like that.
See how humble he is, Bob? 23 points. Come on, there are some players out there that don't get 23 points in a career. And you're getting at a game in the toughest region in the state. I'm going to blow you up right now. You're on my show. I'm proud of you. I want all these coaches that watch around the nation to know that David Maynard is a name they need to watch for out here at Harriman High School because, like I'm saying, I've watched you. I'd come in earlier before our games would play. I know you're playing with the prospects this year, so what's up to the prospects out there?
Prospects.
Where have you played so far this spring with the prospects?
We went to Jayhawk Invitational in Kansas City.
How'd that go for you?
We had a great tournament.
Nice.
We lost in overtime to Kansas City Run GMC.
Okay.
They won the tournament.
Okay.
We lost them in overtime.
Okay.
And then we
But
went to-
competitive, though. You
Yeah.
played right with them.
Yeah, we competed with them.
Love it. Nice.
And then we went to Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and we blew a couple big leads. It wasn't our best tournament, but
Okay. Okay. But
still lots of fun.
it's a great measuring stick for you to see where you're at against some of the bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic players in the nation
Yes, sir.
to see where you're at and where your skill set's at so you can carry that confidence into your senior season. I know you're going to do big things. You know what? You've got another guy that I know pretty well, Tyus,
Yeah,
out there
Tyus.
helping you at the point guard.
Yes,
And
sir.
so I look forward to see Tyus, getting up and down the floor with you. Tyus is getting better. His confidence is growing, and
He's getting a lot better.
I saw that maturation process. But I got to say this too. No disrespect to you, T, but to play with great players like yourself, you also have the skill and the gift to make other players around you better. You're going to penetrate, kick. You create open shots for you because they're going to have to double team you sometimes. I've seen teams try to be physical with you. I've seen teams try to do things to get you off rhythm, and you give that quick little jab,
Yes, sir.
they get a little space, and then you're going to knock it down. Again, you're being humble, but I think, or actually I know, you have got a great future ahead of you.
Thanks so much.
What type of plans do you have, after your senior year? I'm sure you're getting great counsel and advice from your father, who's a great guy, who does some great coaching. What types of things are you hoping for? What's on your wish list?
I want to play with an elite College One, Division One program.
Okay.
That's my goals.
Have you started getting some contact or some teams showing some interest? A little bit?
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few schools.
Good. Good for you. So let's hope and follow your career, throughout this summer, because you still got another couple tournaments this year because the live
sir.
recruiting period's coming up in July.
July. It's a
Okay.
busy month.
And where are you guys going with the Utah prospects in July?
We're going to Long Beach, California,
Okay.
Atlanta,
Nice.
and Vegas.
Good for you. Good for you. And so that's 3 more opportunities for these college coaches to make sure they're in that gym to watch you play. What number are you out there with the prospects?
Number 9.
Number 9, Utah prospects.
Prospects.
Here we go. He's a Mustang. He can play. And let me ask you this question. Yesterday was Father's Day.
Yeah,
Your dad's sitting in the background. Got
That's right.
nothing but love for you, Coach.
that's right.
What are some things your father has taught you that's helped you in your progress as a player where you're at today?
He's taught me to work hard. He's always rebounding for me, helping me in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me, the thing that helps me a lot is mental toughness. He taught me
Okay.
that. He taught me to always focus on the next play and don't let your defender get in your head or your mistakes turn into more mistakes.
Nice.
Just always keep playing.
Nice.
And he always counsels me and gives me advice and always helping me improve.
Gotta love that.
So
You,
appreciate it.
hope you tell your dad you love him.
I love him.
Okay, there you go. Hey, it's Father's Day, so if you
Yeah.
didn't get a Father's Day hug, you got some love right here, my man. So, but I know you've done that. You're a great kid. But I encourage you to continue to listen to your dad. I know sometimes, as a son, you'll be like, okay, well, it's just Dad. What does he know? Your dad has a great grasp of the game. He knows the game, and continue to listen and be a sponge and soak that knowledge up. Carry all this confidence into your senior year out there at Harriman. I know you're going to have a great career. What are some things that you're learning in AAU basketball that's going to help you with Harriman next year going into your senior year with this tough region that you guys have?
Playing with some great players, so I'm learning to use my teammates and
Okay, nice.
sharing the ball, playing as a team more.
Okay, what do you feel are your strengths? What does David Maynard do best? I mean, without giving out too many tips to tell someone how to stop you, but what are some of your strengths to your game? So when there's a college coach out there that's watching and they say, okay, here's David Maynard. I saw him on the Coach Scott Field show. I seen him playing in AAU. Here are some things that I need to know that when I go tell my head coach, if their head coach is watching, what does David Maynard bring to a program? Sell it. Don't be humble.
My middle game. I love my middle game. I love getting into. I love catching defenders off guard and shooting it right over them.
Nice. You got a quick release. You got that quick little one dribble pull up. I've seen it.
Yes, sir.
I've seen it, and you've done some damage with it. I'm awful proud of you. We've done some workouts together.
Yeah.
Last year we was able to get some run in and had some fun. I've been blessed that, I've been able to learn from some great coaches and been around some great players. I mean, you heard Anthony Morrow here on the show.
Yeah.
You was able to ask him a question. Was there anything specific that you took from me on the court that maybe reiterated that what your father's taught you for years, or maybe you heard something a little bit different that kind of stuck with you a little bit?
Absolutely. I always remember one workout. We were just in the half court, but we were playing games. I don't know.
Yeah.
The loser gets to pick the winner picks the punishment.
Okay.
And one game we slacked off a little bit, and then we went over to the bleachers and we talked for a little bit about there's always that next level.
Okay.
You can always get to that next level. No matter how good you are or what level you're at, there's always that next level you can get to.
Nice.
It's always stuck with me.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you've been able to pick up a little bit. Let's ask this. What are your future plans? I mean, you're going to have a great career in basketball, but what is it that you want to study in college when you go off to the next level? Have you made a decision yet?
I haven't, but my best subjects, I'm really good at math and science.
Okay. Nice.
So something along those areas, I haven't picked it out yet, but
Okay.
that's what I'm looking for.
I like it. I like it. What types of things? What's your dad's aspiration? Where would he like to see you play? Have you ever had that discussion?
I haven't talked to him. He always tells me to go wherever I want.
I
So.
love it. Love it. I gave the same advice to my son, and awful thrilled that he's got an opportunity to continue his career. He's actually in California right now. I had a former player of mine who spent some time with the Spurs and with the Suns. He picked him up today, got a little workout in with him. So, Doug, appreciate you again for taking care of B. Sly. But little man, little B. Sly, he loves playing with you, by the way.
I love B. Sly. He's a great player.
He's pretty crafty little point.
Yeah, he's crafty.
Yeah, but you've got some of that in your game too. You got some sauce.
A little bit. A little bit.
You got more than a little bit of sauce. Bob, do you have any questions for David?
Well, I was just thinking the region you're in is, like we've talked about, it's the toughest
Yeah.
to play in right now.
Yes, sir.
How do you see the region shaping up next year?
It's going to be tough again. It's going to be another challenge. There's a lot of players have left, but still great programs, great coaches, so still going to be the best. So it's going to be tough.
How do you see the Mustangs doing?
We got 4 stars coming back. I like to do some damage.
Good. That always helps, having that experience come back and
Yes, sir.
That's
having the
right.
opportunity to play together. And then the other thing, did you get a chance to watch any of the NBA Finals?
Yes, sir. The Spurs basketball was beautiful.
And
Unbelievable.
yeah, I was just going to ask you what your thoughts were of the two different philosophies of the basketball there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how unselfish the Spurs are.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, you got to love it.
Yeah, I agree. Great question, Bob. I'm glad you were able to point that out. We had a poll question tonight, and we were saying, who do you feel the sleeper of the 2014 NBA draft is going to be? Has there been anybody that you've watched that you think may be kind of, underrated, who may come in and do a nice job when you kind of watch the NCAA tournament and thought, hey, that guy's got some talent? Can you remember any names that you think might be a sleeper coming in? That's a tough one, huh? You didn't know I was going to ask you that.
I didn't know you were gonna-
I should have prepped my guests better. So, give me a player. Okay, it doesn't even have to be a sleeper, but who do you think is going to have a nice career? Now that they've the draft is coming up. Who you like?
He's not a sleeper, but Jabari Parker. He's going to be good.
What do you like about his game?
so skilled. He's big. He can do it wherever he wants.
Pretty versatile with that
Yeah.
big body.
He's very versatile.
Who do you know is kind of versatile with a big body like that right now?
LeBron.
That sounds like something you may have heard here on the show
I may
before.
have heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is great minds think alike, Bob. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hey, how about the Harriman program? You guys play some spring ball already? I mean, I know you're doing your Utah Prospects things, but
Yeah.
what type of things are you guys doing as a team with Harriman that, that's having some great bonding times and experiences for you?
Yeah, we're getting workouts in together during the week.
Good.
That's been good for us. We've had a couple tournaments, getting better, just always
Okay.
improving, trying to get closer as a team.
Let's put the nation on notice.
Yeah.
Harriman basketball 2015. Where are you going to be? You going to win state next year?
It's always the goal, coach.
Love
Always the
it.
goal.
Love it. So, what type of record do you think you guys will have next year? Let's put it out there. Let's give some locker room material to these
Some
other
locker room
schools.
material.
Let's hear it.
How many games we got? 20? Say we got 23?
Hmm. Maybe just a couple hiccups.
I didn't even know if the coach goes.
I love it. You heard it right here on the Coach Scott Field Show. Lone Peak, you're on notice. Pleasant Grove, you're on notice. Brendo Bailey down there with America Fort, you're on notice. Maynard's bringing the game. He's going to be like Kevin Durant and do his thing. I love it. You heard it right here on the Coach Scott Field Show. Any words to any players out in Harriman that are like 7th and 8th graders who look up to David Maynard and go, wow, he's awesome. What message would you give that little player who watches you right now and goes, I want to be the next David Maynard?
I just tell them to turn the love for the game into hard work.
Okay.
That's all it is, baby. Everyone says it, but that's all it is, really.
Hey,
Hard work. And
cliches are
Time.
cliches because they're true.
Yes, sir.
Right? I love it. So I hope these guys that are future Harriman ball players and are at these little camps that are going on are listening to David Maynard, because you couldn't have a better role model than who's sitting right here on this show, right here, right now. Any other last words that you want to share with our viewers about David Maynard? Any shout outs you want to give real quick?
Shout out to the coaches and boys at Harriman,
Nice.
Utah Prospects. It's going to be a great summer and great next winter.
Nice. Any shout outs to family?
My parents always support me. They're the best. My family members always support me. And siblings always support me. I take up a lot of the family time, but
Yeah.
they got my back, so I appreciate it.
You gotta love that. Nothing but love for family. Family first, right?
Yes, sir.
Love that about you, buddy. Hey, you got to hear David Maynard of Harriman High School right here on the show. Coach, you got any questions?
For him?
You're with him every day, but give a little shout out there. What do you think?
He is an amazing hard worker, and it starts in the classroom.
No doubt.
He's a 4.0 student, 28 ACT, and he's got a pretty fun trip coming up back east to some Ivy League schools. And so it's not only done on the court, which he spends 3 to 5 hours a day on, but it takes a lot of time in the classroom where he's up with game nights till midnight, 1 o'clock doing homework.
That's right.
To get that done. So.
That's right. And I'm so glad that you put the emphasis on the classroom, because it is student athlete. And to keep student athlete, keep it in perspective, the fact that you have that GPA is hard work, it's dedication, it's discipline, it's hours of preparation. Sounds like you knocked that ACT out. So congratulations to you. I know that the sky's the limit for you. The only ceiling effect that's going to stop you is, the limitations you put on yourself. Think big, grab for that brass ring. I can't wait to see what happens for you, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Nothing but love. Hey, we're going to come right back here with the Coach Scott Field Show, but you Harriman Mustangs, get out there and fill that gym up next year. D. Maynard's going to put on a show. Going to put on a show. Bob, let's go on a break, buddy.
Okay.
Bob, once again, right here from Brave Haven Studios, the Coach Scott Field Show delivers. Flat out delivers.
Oh man, no kidding. You know what a great young man.
David Maynard, huh?
You know, for me, when somebody says, "Yeah, my best subjects are math and science," I'm like, "Oh boy, I can't compete with anything." You know, and
A 28 ACT.
28 ACT, 4.0 grade point average. You're right. The sky's the limit for this young man. You know, if he can focus and work hard and stay healthy.
You
I
bet.
mean, even if basketball's not there, he's got the mind.
That's right.
To succeed.
With the guidance and the support systems that he has in place from his family, I see nothing but great things for David Maynard and Harriman High School this next year. We're blessed and fortunate to have this type of talent come on with our prep session. Got to thank again teamjmp.com for that prep session here with the Coach Scott Field Show. So please show support to teamjmp.com. Get online there, check them out, see the strength and conditioning that they do. Also, I want to share too, Bob, this last week, excuse me, my voice, we had some players that started our skill development work.
Oh, that's right.
Had some guys that came out and put in some hard work. We got a couple sessions in. I got to congratulate those young men who took the time and disciplined themselves and came in. They're working hard. They're doing high-level, high-intensity workouts, the skill development. What I try to do, Bob, is I take everything to the next level and challenge these players. And, I'm doing things and slowing them down as far as technique, but we're working on core, we're working on stabilization muscles, we're working on, some strength and conditioning stuff to build these players up so that way, the range is going to increase on their jump shot because their legs are going to be stronger.
Right.
Their percentages are going to get higher. And, if there's players out there in the Salt Lake Valley who are interested in these skill development workouts, I encourage them to reach out to me by email. It's CoachScottFields@gmail.com, and would love to have more players. Jordan Loveridge, the University of Utah, who's a guest on our show, I think he's going to start our workouts this week. So I really look forward to working with Jordan and continuing to develop his game and his skill set, and see how far he can go in the time that we're going to have together this summer. So I'm excited to get him. I've got a gal who contacted me from Hillcrest, who I heard was transferring to West. She has reached out to me and said that she wanted to be a part of our development. So I look forward to having them come on.
Great.
And again, we got a couple other players from the south end of the valley who are going to work with us, but super excited for those opportunities. And again, if you're watching and you're enjoying the show and you're enjoying the content and want to get some skill development workouts in, please give us a contact. Send me an email. I'll reach out to you. CoachScottFields@gmail.com. Once again, want to thank our sponsors here tonight, Bob.
Oh, absolutely.
With Brave Haven Media, bravehaven.com, 801-738-8697. Give Bob a call. There's so many things that he can do. I know you're putting some sponsorship ads together. Salon Dante, thank you. For the support for my wife, who does an outstanding job with the things that she does with her Brazilian blowouts, her cuts, her colors, her hair extensions that she does. Give Kim a call at 801-572-8812. And again, our friend at MetLife, our financial advisor, take advantage of Nick Fitzgerald. Contact him at 801-999-3773. Enjoyed getting some feedback on our poll question tonight, who we thought the sleeper was going to be in the draft. I did not ask Anthony Morrow that, but did anybody else kind of chime in?
I haven't had any. I've been on another page, so
Okay.
I haven't really checked my feed on that. But let me.
There's been a few that had sent some stuff out, and again, I wanted to pull up the one that Todd Whittemore had sent in about Doug McDermott, the 6'8" man from Creighton. This is what Coach Whittemore from Tennessee said. He goes, Doug McDermott, I think he'll have a solid 10 to 12 year career. I don't think he's the most of the so-called experts top 10. His stats are definitely top 10, but his draft status is not. Kind of doesn't make sense. His body can take a lot more punishment than Andrew Wiggins and different players that I know, but he's got an NBA body. Coach Whittemore out there in Tennessee, thank you for sounding off and sharing your thoughts on who you feel the sleeper of the 2014 NBA draft will be. Again, I like Cleanthony Early out there from Wichita State, the 6'7" wing who's a slasher. I think he could have, a lot of upside to him. So I'm sure, as we watch the end of the first round and getting into the second round, you're going to see some names of some guys. And, there's a lot of international players that have also put in for the draft that, we got to keep an eye on, because look at your Manu Ginobili's, look at your Tony Parker's, look at, the Spurs, again, we got to congratulate the San Antonio Spurs on their national champion, or their championship. A lot of people were, I said it was denim versus diamonds, and some people say built versus bought, but you gotta love the class organization of the San Antonio Spurs, the way they conduct business. They're quiet about it. And the thing that I want to share, Bob, the thing that I noticed, you would see a few athletes from other NBA teams when they go make a block shot or they'll hit a big shot, they're over there, going crazy and trying to show out a little bit. When you would see a San Antonio Spur run down and maybe get a block. You see Tiago Splitter block Dwayne Wade's shot, last night as he was going hard to the rim. You didn't see him going up or wagging a finger. He just did his job. You see Manu Ginobili come down, get a big dunk, as he went through the lane, split three people, and did another amazing reverse layup. You didn't see him, doing crazy antics after he makes a great play. They just do their job. They go about their business. But the people who would go nuts when they do well was their bench. You watch that bench get up and swing their towels and get excited. That's the support. I loved seeing them on the court just act with class. It's their job, it's their role, and they went about it with class and dignity, and I love that about the San Antonio Spurs.
The true journeyman.
There's so many international players, and you look at Tim Duncan, who again quietly goes about his business, doesn't talk a lot, just does his job, and I think that soft-spoken poise kind of filters down, because look at your NBA Finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard, San Diego State. You looked at in that conference. You had Jimmer Fredette. Everybody loved Jimmer Fredette. I love Jimmer Fredette. I've been able to work with him, been around him. When he was with the Kings, I got to coach him here at that charity event.
Right.
But you didn't hear about Kawhi Leonard, because he just quietly went about his business.
Yeah.
But the kid just goes hard, and his poise, his demeanor, I don't know if that's just his personality or did he pick that up from Tim Duncan, but that leadership that starts from the top filters down.
It does.
And I loved it, Bob.
It sets the tone for the entire team.
I absolutely loved it. So congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs. Congratulations to Scott Layden, who used to be here with the Jazz, who's a general manager with the San Antonio Spurs. Great person, the Layden family. We had his father, Frank Layden, as a guest. So congratulations, Scotty. A former player who I've done work with, who's an assistant coach with the San Antonio Spurs, Sean Marks, is on the bench working with them. So Sean, Scotty, congratulations. Super happy for, your work. And I'm sure it hasn't even sunk in yet because they'll start the parades there in San Antonio. But congratulations on an NBA championship. You showed and taught a lot of people how to do it the right way. And you hear people talk about that, but I want to emphasize that. They did it the right way, Bob.
Yep.
And I'm so happy for them.
That did it with class.
Yeah, you bet.
It's awesome.
Well, hey, that's our show for tonight. It's the Coach Scott Fields Show, Monday, June 16th. It's not even 9 o'clock.
I know. I'm looking at the clock going, oh, man. We're 7 minutes away from me giving Scott raspberries.
Oh,
but that's great.
Thank you, Lord, for allowing me to have a little bit of voice left to try to continue the show. I tried to keep it going. I'm pushing so hard from my abdomen to keep it going, but Getting a little squeaky over here, my man. I apologize to the viewers. Thank you for your patience with me as I sound like I'm talking in a bucket tonight, but had a great time once again with the show. Got another great lineup of guests who are interested in being a part of our show for next week. And again, listen for these format changes as, again, we're going to start doing some instructional stuff with Brave Haven. And look forward to that part and growth of the show as well. It should be a lot of fun. Any other last announcements you want to share?
No, just thanks.
Repeat the announcement for the thing this
Oh
weekend.
yeah. Well, first, just thanks for everybody tuning in and sharing and passing the word along about the show. I just want to announce this weekend you can come visit me at West Valley City Park. It's the Centennial Park, which is 5400 West and 3100 South. West Valley City is celebrating their city celebration. We've come see us at the fire department booth. We've got fun stuff for the kids, and fireworks on Saturday night at 10 o'clock. So come join us.
Outstanding, Bob. I hope people jump on board and get a part of the fundraising process. You talked about the bikes that you guys are going to sell.
Yeah,
sounds like a great
burn camp. Yeah, just a great cause. Our fire department firefighters have really supported the burn camp over the years with a meal for the kids during the summer, and the money that we raise for the burn camp will just go to help offset those costs and help us give back to those kids.
You bet. Outstanding. I love hearing that kind of stuff, and I think things like that need to be, more awareness should be brought to it because it's an outstanding time. It's going to be great for the family, it sounds like. So I encourage anybody and everybody watching the show here in the Salt Lake Valley, get out there and support that and, give the support. So we thank you for watching the Coach Scott Fields show here tonight with us. Some of you guys are coming off your NBA hangovers. The seasons are now done. Now you can start gearing up for your draft. And then you got the NBA Summer League that starts, I believe, July 11th down in Las Vegas. So, hey, the Coach Scott Fields show is still going to be bringing the passion, still going to be bringing the content. So thank you once again for your support. We will see you next Monday night.